All right, we got Antonio Johnson up here. Who would have a question for Antonio? Go back to TV row behind the lights to Tyler.
Antonio, with your performance you had individually against Colorado and just the defense as a whole in that second half, how much of that is, I guess, can help with momentum heading into this weekend at Kyle Field?
We knew going into the game that defense had to step up a lot. The momentum itself, like, we just know preparation this week got to be that much more on both sides of the ball. We coming home, we got to defend our home turf, so that's pretty much.
All right, we'll stay back behind the lights and go to Mike from KAGS.
Antonio, I got two quick ones for you, but Coach Elko and Coach Fisher talk about you being versatile. Where do you think you fit best in the secondary?
I would like to say I'm a very versatile player, but I feel like wherever coach need me to play in the defense is whichever one, like, I need to help the defense win, I'll play any position.
And then secondly, where'd you learn to hit so hard, and is that something you take pride in, being a big hitter from the secondary?
We work on tackling drills every day. Coach Elko makes sure that we have the right technique. Last year I got a targeting call against Arkansas, so I've been really just working on, like, the right technique, keeping my head up and not getting targeted.
Okay, we're going to go to the left side. Chuck Carlton from the Dallas Morning News.
Was just curious. I grew up in Illinois, so I'm familiar with some of the great athletes who've come out of East St. Louis. How did you get away from Big Ten territory down to A&M? What was the attraction? What was the recruiting process like?
I knew I wanted to play in the SEC ever since I was a little kid. Like, that's just been a dream of mine. So Coach Elko started recruiting me early on, and that was one of the most, I guess, like, Coach Elko, like, in our recruiting process, like, he just stayed consistent throughout the whole process. Even when I had started drifting off other places, like, he never stopped recruiting me. And then when I came here on my visit, it just felt like home here, so I came here.
Cool. We'll go in front to Travis Brown from the Brown College Station Eagle.
I know it's on the other side of the ball, but when Haynes goes out and Zach comes in, how did you see him grow into the game, and kind of what was your perspective on what Zach was able to do as the game went on?
I was proud of Zach. Zach came into a hostile environment. When Haynes went down, he stepped up. He did what we needed him to do. We asked for just a few points on the board. We was going to hold him, and he delivered. To me, he did exactly what we needed him to do.
Go to the left side in front to Zach Taylor from Ryan Broadcasting.
Antonio, for you, I mean, what's the key to getting a hand in there? I know you guys had a lot of batted balls. A lot of those came from the defensive line as well. But, I mean, what's the key to really getting in the window that the quarterback's going for and being able to get a hand on the ball and hopefully an interception?
It's crazy because we do that drill every day in practice. In our turnover drill period, just running at the quarterback with our mirroring hand, just basically mirroring where his release point is. That's just something that Coach Elko have us do every day. So it just came like second nature, I guess.
Was that something you ever did in high school? Or?
Nah, I ain't really blitzed in high school.
Okay.
And I don't know, it's just something that Coach Elko just helped me with my game, honestly.
Stay on the left side and go to Christy from the Associated Press.
How much pride do you guys as a defense take in being able to shut down other teams, and how important is it to have that kind of defense playing in the SEC?
I would say that's a big focus point for us. We like to look at ourselves as one of the top defenses in the country. So in order to be that, you have to be able to go in hostile environments and be able to play great defense. Even when the offense ain't going as well, there's going to be some games where offense is going to have to lean on us, and there's going to be some games where we're going to have to lean on them and just show the family, like, we had each other back. That's all. Pretty much, like, in order to be in the top era, Coach Fisher always talk about being in that red era. That's what you have to do.
Stay in the middle to Olin Buchanan from Texags, and then Chuck.
Yeah, a couple things, Antonio. First of all, can you tell us what y'all, or give us an idea of what y'all did differently in the second half to take away that run from Colorado after they had some success running the football in the first half?
We went into second half with just a different mentality. Like our first half, we didn't play as well as we needed to. They scored early on, but we rallied together. And Coach Elko just came in, and we just basically told each other, like, we got to do this. The game's on our shoulders, and we just took pride in that.
Do you guys, if you can speak for the whole defense, do you feel like that maybe the season is on y'all's shoulders now?
I wouldn't say the season's on our shoulders, but offense know we got their back, just like we know they got our back. Like I said earlier, it's going to be some games where we struggle, and then there's going to be some games where offense struggle. That's just how we always talk about unity. You got to be able to be there for each other, and that's what we did. We showed that defense was there for offense last week.
Let's go back to Chuck Carlton from the Dallas Morning News.
Correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I believe your first start came in the Orange Bowl win over North Carolina. How big a boost was that for your confidence and also into the off season in terms of knowing where you stood and kind of giving you a lift?
Like last year, I played a lot throughout the games. I didn't start, but like the Orange Bowl was my first start, and it just gave me a mental boost. Honestly, coming from high school, being able to just play my freshman year. A lot of people don't get that opportunity. I was blessed with that opportunity, and during the offseason, I just really focused on my man's coverage, and I knew coming back into this season that I was still going to have to fight for a job because Eric Young was still coming back, and he's a great player. And so we just basically we used each other as motivation every day at practice. Like, we pushed each other, and this is how it was. It wasn't really like a fight or anything. We used each other as motivation.
Let's go to the front right to Cole from All Aggies.
Antonio, I just want to get your thoughts on you, Brian, and Jalen all coming in together. They've been playing very well on the outside, especially with Miles being gone. What have you seen from them in their development? And then have they told you anything about how you've been playing on the inside?
Me, BG, Brian, and Jalen, we all close. This offseason, we really just dialed in and focused on just like our man coverage. Like we was together a lot during the offseason, working on like flipping our hips, just making sure like we tune the little details and covering, just make sure like eye placement and just like any little thing that you wouldn't think that going into covering, we made sure that we just tune everything up. And they doing a great job on the outside, and I just got to hold my weight on the inside. They expect me to do my job, I expect them to do theirs, and that's what we've been doing so far.
All right, that's all the questions we have. Thanks. Good job.